Viewer discretion is advised.
For the undisputed championship, I want to start to WrestleMania. So my eyes were not going to be a third chance. No,
Yes.
this is it, man. This is it,
Okay,
man.
good. So that was my audio issue.
When he left the company.
All right, I think
Are
we're
we live?
yeah, we're done with the press conference. I think right now. I don't see there being.
I'm gonna keep it going. I'm gonna keep it on just in case something else pops off.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was a kind of a discombobulated start there. The press conference was supposed to start. Supposed to be over at 8. There was some overrun. So let's hear from.
How long have we been live?
Like, I don't know, 10 minutes.
My apologies.
No, I mean
Yeah,
10,
I didn't
10
hear
minutes,
the intro
including the screen. So probably 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
So let's regroup. Let's run an ad from Stripe Pig Gummies, and when we get back, we'll be ready to go. Here we go. What up, Heel Faction? Tonight's episode is brought to you in part by Stripe Pig Delta 9 THC Gummies. They come in 30 packs, 10 milligrams each, with some really good flavors. Check this out. They have the watermelon vodka flavored, which is delicious. And my personal favorite, the strawberry kiwi vodka flavored. So good. Use the link in our description or in the panels surrounding the video. You get free shipping on all orders. Free shipping. In addition, if you get 4 of these, you get this dope Striped Pig beanie absolutely free. I love the logo. It's a nice little striped pig. So check the link in the description box or the panels surrounding the video for free shipping. THC Delta 9 Striped Pig Gummies. Enjoy it. Now let's get back to the show. Alright guys, thank you for bearing with us. We are live, Heel Shit Podcast. You are in the right place. Alright, let's see. So, big news out of the press conference. We'll go ahead and get this out of the way in case you guys weren't watching it. A couple of pieces of news here. There's a new WWE show in conjunction with Twitter or X. The show will be called WWE Speed, and it will be, we can still hear that, man.
Sorry, they just went to Triple H backstage.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll mute your side.
Okay.
So go ahead and listen. All right. So the big news coming out of that so far is a new TV show, well, a new streaming show with WWE in conjunction with X, formerly Twitter, called WWE Speed, and it will be a stream series where all the matches are under 5 minutes. So when they say speed, they mean the speed of the matches. I don't know what that's going to mean. I don't know if it's all squash matches. You know, most professionals don't know. They forget how to do 5-minute matches. So it's either got to be squashes or it's got to be just alls out, balls out for... Hey, what you got?
So remember when we were talking about the whole situation with The Rock, right? And how maybe he would turn heel, and how maybe Triple H might be in Cody's corner. I think that's the route they're going, because Hunter and Dwayne just got into a fucking shoot war of words, and it basically ended with Dwayne saying, "You're lucky I'm on the fucking board," quote unquote.
Dwayne saying that? You're lucky I'm on the board?
On the fucking board. Right in Hunter's fucking face. And Hunter just retorted back, "You better be lucky that you're on the board too."
Nice. All right.
Yeah, so shit's getting real in Vegas right now.
Yeah, man. So
I turned it off. So.
The other big news, it's going to be Rhea Ripley defending against Becky Lynch at WrestleMania. As you know, Bayley won the Royal Rumble, and she chose to go after Io Sky. So the other champion, Rhea Ripley, they made the match with Becky Lynch for WrestleMania. It's the first match ever between those two. It's kind of crazy. What are your thoughts on the match?
I could have swore they've worked before.
Mm.
I mean, maybe I'm just thinking of like a tag match that's happened in the past couple years. But I could have swore Rhea and Becky's gone at it before.
Yeah, not according to what she said on the presser.
Okay,
Let's see.
I've never been known to be right 100% of the time. I'm just saying.
No, I hear you.
They better do something though to make this interesting, because just announcing Becky versus Rhea, I'm not really excited for it.
We'll see. I mean, I think it's an interesting fight. Well, honey, I divvied it up already. Or where'd that come from? Oh, okay.
Dart got paid today, so he had to divvy out the allowances.
No, I didn't get paid. But I still got to divvy out the allowances.
Still waiting on mine.
Yeah, well, when you start blowing me, you can start getting allowances.
That's what you said last time, and that's why I stopped.
Oh, fuck. Anyway,
fuck.
And I guess it culminated, the conference culminated in Roman coming out saying that he's going to pick the main event and going after
The Rock.
Going after The Rock. And then they came out, they were really hyping up the Inoue Maivia group of
Family.
Samoans as being the only true royal family in wrestling. As you know, Cody Rhodes' entrance music starts with wrestling has more than one royal family.
Yes.
Obviously, looking at his own as being one of them. So, and then Cody comes out and he's like, basically, fuck y'all. You're not going to make the decision for me. I won the Rumble, and I'm going.
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah, I'm going for Roman. So, a press conference that was supposed to promise some answers just caused more questions at this point, I think. But that's obviously what they wanted to do, and that's cool.
Well, they did a good job of it.
Yeah, they did. So, if you had to predict going forward, what are we looking at?
Honestly, I'm not sure, dude. This could go so many ways, especially with a little thing of Seth coming to Cody's aid and Triple H coming to Cody's aid.
Right.
And now it almost looks like it's going to be a family takeover storyline, since The Rock's on the board and they have acknowledged on camera that he's on the fucking board just now with Triple H.
Mm-hmm.
And the animosity between the two, like, I'm hoping some of that was a shoot and it wasn't all fucking choreographed. But if it was choreographed, I mean, Dwayne is the biggest fucking actor in the world today, in more than one sense. It's going to get real fucking interesting. If I had to call it now, they're going to do some bullshit to where they're going to override the Royal Rumble victory, and it's going to turn into a quote unquote lawsuit. And it's going to end up being kind of like how the Daniel Bryan thing wound out in 2014, where Cody works a match night 1 to work Roman night 2. That's the best I can tell you. Now, as far as The Rock and Roman Reigns, I'm not sure how that's going to work either. Maybe that main event's night 1, and then the actual title match works night 2, and somehow Rock gets involved in that somehow, some way. I'm not sure. But I say if it goes the way I'm thinking, and Cody wins the match night 1 against whoever, probably Solo or some shit, goes to night 2 to work Roman. Roman goes over on fucking Dwayne, retains the fucking title, works night 2. Dwayne comes out to try to interfere. You're going to see Triple H come out and fucking hit a pedigree on Dwayne. I'm calling it right now. His old pacemaker can handle one fucking pedigree. Any questions? Why are you muted again?
I don't know. I don't know why I was muted.
He didn't want to listen to me.
Hey, baby.
Uh-oh.
You ready for your minute?
I just want to show.
Okay. Got our minute with Minor. She just got her new Cash App card.
Cool.
With the design she drew on.
That's beautiful.
Muhammad Ali.
Hey, fun fact about
You
Muhammad
got the
Ali.
real Muhammad Ali in here, Daddy.
Yeah, I don't think I do.
Muhammad Ali is actually going to be on 2K24. They
Is he
announced
really?
that this week. Yeah, they announced him as one of the bonus characters. That's going to be
How cool is that?
Yeah, I mean,
Hey,
and the
Toodles.
and that was your 20 seconds with Minor.
Yeah. That was the minute. The minute with Minor.
Can we get into the meat and potatoes of this episode?
I think we can.
Okay. I forgot the meat. What's the potatoes?
TNA.
TNA. That's right. That's right. The main focus on tonight, we're going to catch at the end of it, but I wanted to go over on each side of us, whether it was good for the company or bad for the company, some of the most important moments in TNA history leading up to now, currently.
Mm-hmm.
So I just figured we pick a couple of moments. Obviously, me having the benefit of being at quite a few of the live shows at the Asylum, I'm not going to pick anything from the Asylum except one. Everything else is going to be me as a fucking fan, either going down to.
Hey, Big Medium Slim, thanks for subscribing on Twitch. Appreciate that, homie.
There you are.
Did you get really excited?
Oh, I don't know. You know how fucking Streamlabs is sometimes. Sometimes it acts up.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we
who's going first?
Before you probably missed it, but we got a new subscriber on Twitch, Big Medium Slim.
I saw that on tier 1. On tier 1. Welcome. Anyway, who's going first tonight?
You are, because you know infinitely more about TNA than I do.
Do you have any actual moments that you're going to bring up?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Long as you do. Okay. So my first taste of TNA, and I can't remember the number. You know what? I could probably look it up. I can give you the show number. Raven versus Sandman, NWA TNA. Okay, so my first live TNA show, and mind you, I wasn't really watching wrestling at the time. This is what got me back into wrestling. My uncles ran the security for the Asylum shows, Ronnie and Donnie Harris. And they brought me to the show because I was staying with them at the time. Because I was a bad kid down in Florida. They moved me up to Tennessee to get away from trouble. So pay-per-view number 32. The main event of the show was Raven versus Sandman in a Clockwork Orange House of Horrors match. Excuse me. And being in that building and feeling that electricity and watching what these guys did and watching the story take place turned me back into a fan, but it also made me want to get into the business. And now, mind you, I'm 12 at this. And if you go back and watch it, right at the finish of the match where, I mean, this is not even fucking spoilers, it's everywhere, where they fall off the balcony and go through the tables to finish the match. If you find the kid in trip pants, lime green hair, and a fishnet shirt with a Slipknot shirt over it, that's your boy. You only see me for like 2 or 3 seconds before they cut from the balcony to the bottom. But I was there. It was live. I still get goosebumps thinking about it. So forever, that's going to be like my number one memory. And to me, most important memory for me personally of TNA, because that's what got me into TNA. That's what got me back into wrestling. What made me a fan. That's what made me want to get into this business. So yeah, everything from here on out is going to be completely unbiased. This was my only biased one.
Okay. Well,
Your turn.
I think my favorite, well, my original, my first taste of it, which was what got me hooked, was back when they used to do the weekly pay-per-views. It was
the NWA TNAs.
Yep, I think it was either Wednesday night or Thursday night. It was
Wednesday.
It was like $9.99 or something like that.
Yep.
Every week, which was crazy at the time. But by happenstance, the first one that I got was when Sting and AJ Styles teamed up. It was Sting's first appearance in TNA, and it was way before they signed him. But him and AJ Styles were the tag teams, and it was a fun show.
That was number 96.
Number 96?
96. NWA TNA number 96. That is when they brought Sting back to do the tag match. And he wasn't tagging with AJ Styles. He was tagging against AJ Styles. Jeff Jarrett was his tag team partner that night.
Are you sure?
I'm dead sure.
Okay. All right.
But I mean, you had the right people. Like, he just, at the time, AJ was playing the young cocky heel, and he was going after the NWA title that Jeff Jarrett had.
Right.
And Jeff Jarrett brought in Sting to kind of teach him a lesson.
I got you.
But yeah, that was a great show too. That one I was not there for. By that time, I moved back to Florida. But I was paying the $9.99 every week for that shit. Because at 14 years old, I had a job. I could fucking afford it.
Nice.
Because I didn't have bills.
Yeah, that's rough.
Home bills.
Yep.
Yeah, I miss those days. $5 an hour was amazing back then.
Oh, yes, it was. Fuck yeah, it was. Fuck yeah, it was.
Oh man. So yeah, that was great. Another important moment was the cage match between Triple X and America's Most Wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's on almost every TNA highlight. When Elite Skipper walked the top of the fucking cage and did that head scissor, almost Hurricane Rana.
Holy shit!
And it turned into a Tower of Doom. That I wish I was there live to experience, because I thought the motherfucker was dead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
Oh, like that epitomized what TNA was in tag team division. It was just goosebumps, man. It brings me back every time. Matter of fact, I watched that match about a week ago, and just watching it over 20 years later, still have goosebumps.
Absolutely. I think my next, and I'm going off of memories that stood out to me. Like,
yeah, that's pretty much what we're doing.
Yeah. When I first saw America's Most Wanted, I was like, how is this tag team not in WWE? Like, they were, I don't know if everyone worked to make them look that good, but they were fucking phenomenal. And that finisher was so cool.
The death sentence, the hanging guillotine leg drop.
Yes,
dude. I've been trying to get Rip for a year to fucking do that move with me, because America's Most Wanted still is my favorite tag team in TNA history, above LAX, above Motor City Machine Guns, above Beer Money. And my wife can tell you all about Beer Money. Holy shit, we fucking go round and round on that shit. But it was just something about them too. Like, they always felt like they were supposed to fucking be together. And the fact that they legitimately had to fight to actually become a tag team But once they did, it fucking melded so fucking well.
Right.
And then when they finally turned heel in like 05, that is what they need to go to that next level. Unfortunately, they got to a point where egos got in the way, and they thought breaking up was going to be the best thing for them. I mean, in James Storm's case, yes. I mean, look where he's at now. Chris Harris, not so much.
Yeah.
But both of them were great fucking athletes, and I love America's Most Wanted. how about another important moment? And this kind of changed all of professional wrestling. The very first Canadian Destroyer.
Mm-hmm.
When he debuted that move, it sucked the air out of the fucking room. Nobody could believe what the fuck they just saw.
It was,
And I still hold this true to this day. Nobody should be doing a fucking Canadian Destroyer but Petey Williams.
yeah.
Everybody that does it now to go into fucking transitions is spitting all over the legacy he was trying to build.
100%. That finisher should be the super finisher. Like, the fact that it doesn't pin anybody anymore is criminal. It's one of those finishers that, to me, has to be more protected than that, man. Like
And it
people
really
kicking out of
was.
the doomsday device and shit. Like, finishers need protection. Some of these finishers, the stunner, doomsday device, certainly. This one,
The 3D.
yeah, no one should ever kick out of these moves.
I mean, I agree with that to a point. The only time it needs to be kicked out is if it's like towards the end of their career, where it makes sense that they can't hit it with 100% accuracy anymore. That's the only time you should kick out of a fucking tombstone or a fucking stunner, which is why I
Or
use the stunner.
or in case, at times where, tag partner breaks it up. Like, that's
Well, yeah, I
fine.
don't count that. I'm talking about
Yeah.
like one-on-one, unless like the foot's on the fucking rope or interference. Like if you're just kicking out of it,
Mhm.
more or even worse yet, you fucking hit it and you're right back up. You just got dropped on your fucking head, number one. Sell it.
Right.
God. Could you imagine if you no-sold a Jerry Lawler pile driver in the 70s?
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. They'd kill
He
you.
would fuck you up for real.
He would fuck you up.
You know what? We need to reach out to Petey and get him on the show.
Okay.
And we need to ask him not only about the origin of it, yeah, make a note of it,
Mm-hmm.
but how he feels about everybody using his creation as a transitional. It's like the DDT in the early 2000s. That had to fucking piss off Jake Roberts.
Mm-hmm.
Like everyone and their mother was doing the DDT. And then the 2010s, everybody was doing the fucking super kick. And then from like 2015, 2016 on, everybody did the fucking destroyer.
Yep.
Except me, because I'm fat and I don't do that shit.
Yeah.
I don't do fat boy shit. I do mega fat boy shit.
Yeah, so I don't know. We could talk forever on finishers that could be better, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I think what TNA did, that's the most important, kind of up to this point, that they're now, up to the point that they're a legitimate company.
Mm-hmm.
What they did most importantly was show off these amazing talents to wider audiences. Like,
Yes.
Samoa Joe, the first time I saw him was in TNA.
You see it too.
Sorry. Hate to ban people, but you're not coming here and shit.
Well, spawning shit, or doing that shit's not going to fucking get anything accomplished. We don't deal with spam, either online or canned.
So,
and to kind of piggyback off what you just said, they gave the wrestling fans a legitimate alternative to WWE, because at the time WWE was it.
oh,
Like
that was
couldn't really watch Ring of Honor unless you watch IPPV. You couldn't watch New Japan because it was down in the shits at the time. AAA and CMLL was basically Mexico only, and then the independents were not in the best of conditions in the early 2000s. So it not only it gave workers a better platform to hone their crafts, it gave wrestling fans an opportunity to have an alternative to go like more than just what the main.
what the fuck?
Testicular is not liking this.
I know. You need to get back to real choke and stroke.
I do. I'll change that next week. Oh, they don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
No,
the real choke and stroke.
When you come on to Streamlabs, it has like the name that you put in as the name that you want to be recognized at behind the scenes. And every time Draven comes on, it's something else. Tonight it was
Testicular.
Testicular. And it's been Derilled Choke and Stroke. It's been
Master Debater.
What was the my favorite's Buster Cheeks Out, but
Buster Cheeks Out. Derod Bigums. My favorite, Raylan DeCucci. No, this was my all-time favorite, and you gotta say it in Russian. Dickfield Gitarov.
Dickfield Gitarov.
I got a whole fucking list.
Your whole basketball team worth of.
Like if you could just see whenever I pop on, Dark's face is just like, what the fuck is it this week?
Really?
All right, we're getting off fucking topic. Do you remember the three-way match between Joe, AJ, and Christopher Daniels for the X title?
Yeah, man.
The Unbreakable three-way.
Mm.
That was history. Them three beat the shit out of each other. The absolute dog shit.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, TNA tried to mirror that like 5 or 6 years later and just didn't fucking hit the same way that it did back then. I wonder fucking why.
Mm-hmm.
It was also during the Hogan era that they tried that. So go figure. Hogan trying to take shit and say his.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was incredible. Obviously all the signings that they had over the years, Christian Cage, Jeff Hardy when he was fucking clean, Mick Foley, Kurt Angle.
Yeah, but I mean those are all legends. But let's talk about the guys who nobody knew before TNA that have become megastars. Like obviously AJ Styles, he's one of the greatest of all time. Still one of the greatest in ring.
Future Hall of Famer.
Yep.
Always. Even on the horse meat.
Samoa Joe,
your current star. AEW world champion.
Huge star. Let's see. Not many people remember this, but R-Truth as Ron Killings won the NWA championship under TNA.
Matter of fact, that was my first taste of R-Truth. Was watching him with BG James, Road Dogg, and Conan as part of the 3 Live crew.
Yep. Let's see, who else did TNA break? At least in this country, Hernandez, Kazarian,
Christopher Daniels, James Storms, the aforementioned AMW, Bobby Roode,
Austin Aries.
Bobby Roode was Austin Aries. Well, we don't have enough time to get on Austin Aries tonight.
So yeah, man,
I love his work. I ain't gonna lie, I love his work. It's his attitude. I put him and Low Key in about the same fucking area.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Low Key. I mean, like him or not, which I don't. Low Key got a lot of fucking exposure from TNA. Oh,
A lot
who
of
else?
good folks.
Oh, that was that one guy. Jeff. I don't know. He had like blonde hair. Walked around with a guitar.
Oh yeah,
He was on there a couple times.
he'll never be.
I kid.
Jeff fucking
I mean,
Jarrett, baby.
The creator of fucking TNA. TNA would not have existed without him and his dad. So always gonna be a fan of him just because of that. Now during TNA, loathed him.
Yeah.
I fucking despised him. Him and Chris Candido. I couldn't stand them. Like Chris Candido was, for the first time in a long time, made me legitimately hate a fucking wrestling character, and I don't know why. All the way up until his last match, which unfortunately, we all know what happened afterwards. He passed on soon after. But yeah, dude, like TNA got me to fucking love people and fucking despise people. Abyss.
Oh yeah. So how you?
I mean, it was basically like the bastard child of Cain and Mankind, but they made it fucking work.
Yeah, that was.
I mean, he's the inspiration behind the Draven effect. I mean, what more can I say?
Yeah, no, great one.
I mean, CM Punk was there in the early days.
Yep. Yeah, I never
So,
saw it when he was there.
But... he was only there for about 6 months, so you wouldn't have saw it unless like it was like late 02, early 03.
All right, well, let's step away for a word from Castelvacchio. When we get back, let's talk about some of their biggest signings and where you see TNA going from here. We'll be right back.
Vodka, Ball, Castel. Indulge in the Red Revolution.
All right. So, biggest signing.
Biggest sign, like out of everybody.
Yeah, I mean the ones
it boils down to two. I mean, it's really like one of those Brett Sean conversations. You're either a Brett guy or a Sean guy, but it boils down to either Kurt or Sting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Sting was their first huge name signing. I know it strapped him pretty hard. His first deal, I think it was in 2005 when he first signed.
You talking about when he actually signed and it just wasn't like a one night deal?
Yeah, it was a $500,000 a year contract, and that was by far the biggest contract TNA had ever given. It was tough for them.
It was after Christian. Christian brought him in. It was late 05. I think it was like October of 05.
Yeah.
Because I remember Christian did the same thing Jeff Jarrett did to bring him in. And then they tried to play the whole, this was Sting's last match. Apropos, considering what we got in a couple months. Actually, next month. Holy shit. Damn. Time flies. But then, it just became more and more and more. And, Sting became a mainstay of TNA for 8-9 years. Yeah.
He was pretty.
And then,
he was a loyal dude.
Yeah, and then right after that, Kurt Angle got released from WWE. Excuse me, Perk Angle got released from WWE.
Yes.
And then immediately signed with TNA. And dude, I mean, legitimately, he spent more time in TNA than he did in WWE.
Yeah.
But they both did everything they could to make that company greater than what it was. And I firmly believe without them two, I don't think it was going to reach the levels that it did as soon as it did.
Yeah, those are definitely the two biggest signings. Well, they're two of the biggest names of all time, so that would make sense. But like you said, they also had Mick Foley. They had Hulk Hogan for a while. They had Ric Flair.
Jeff Hardy, Christian Cage, Booker T, Kevin Nash, Scott Hall when he was clean, X-Pac. Like, there was just a lot of fucking talent that came in and out.
Scott Hall looked terrible.
Yeah, but if you go back and watch like the very first few shows, like 2002, when they were actually going to like give him a run with the NWA title, if he could have just stayed fucking clean, like he was fresh off that WrestleMania run, he was getting back in shape, he looked fucking good, he worked fucking great. It's just unfortunate, like every other time, his demons just got the best of him.
Rest in peace. So where do you see TNA going now? There was a major shakeup in the head office this week. You want to tell us about that? And
I'm fucking pissed off about that.
Yeah, so give us a scoop.
So it was yesterday, right? That I messaged you about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yesterday. That Anthem, the owners of TNA, removed Scott D'Amore, which has been with TNA since 2003 consistently. Like he was almost like their day one guy, and he's done everything in his power and stripped down the company to less than bare bones to build it back up and make it a respectable, legitimate company. And I'm now, given what I found out today, whether it be true or not, it makes a little more sense of why Anthem did what they did, but I still call them petty as fuck. So they released Scott D'Amore. Let me see if I can pull up the actual because I think I sent it to you.
Now, if you guys don't know, Scott D'Amore was the booker and the manager.
He was
TNA.
No, he was the TNA president. He was the president of the entire company. So they released him and replaced him with Anthony Ciccone, which I believe is one of Anthem's higher ups on the board. So let me read the statement.
Hold on 1 second. Go ahead and read. I got word that somebody is throwing up in the house, so I gotta go.
Go. All right, go. So the statement from TNA now president Anthony Ciccone, and I quote, "I am excited and honored to be the new president of TNA Wrestling, a company rich in tradition and loved by pro wrestling fans worldwide. This move," and this is what got me confused. "This move is intended to further integrate TNA Wrestling into the entertainment group of Anthem Sports and Entertainment as we work to leverage the resources of the entire company to add more value in areas such as production, distribution, marketing, viewership, customer acquisition, digital revenue streams, ad sales, and sponsorships, and the digital tech operations, among others." Now, here's my problem with that first thing right there. They said the same thing Vince did in 95, 96 about being entertainment. TNA Wrestling, yes, it is an entertaining show, but they, like AEW, is sports based. It's a wrestling show that has entertainment included.
Right.
This feels like they're just trying to flip flop that and turn it into WWE Light, which a lot of people, over the years, be like, "Oh, TNA is just WWE Light because they're signing this, that, and the other." Whatever. Let me continue. Everyone at Anthem Sports and Entertainment is appreciative and thankful for the years of dedication that Scott D'Amore gave to Anthem and TNA Wrestling. Bullshit. Damn. Allergies, man. The pollen's just falling all in Florida right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
It's yellow snow.
I completely understand.
Yeah. Scott has been a part of the TNA since 2003, holding many key roles. He played a vital role in the growth of the company and the evolution to its strong industry reputation today, including the 2024 return of TNA Wrestling brand itself. I personally want to thank Scott for the passion. I can't read no more of this. This is fucking bullshit. Tell me you were jealous of what Scott D'Amore did without telling me you were jealous of what Scott D'Amore did. I'm sorry.
Hmm.
This was a petty fucking move on Anthem's part. I understand as of today that I found out Scott D'Amore came to the Anthem board of directors with a serious, reasonable offer to buy TNA Wrestling.
Wow.
And they didn't disclose the amount of money, but they said it was worth actually reviewing and taking into consideration.
Jesus.
But Anthem president decided against it. And then 24 hours later, they released Scott D'Amore, and the Anthem president appointed himself as TNA president. So
Wow.
again, tell me you're jealous of what he did without telling me you're jealous of what he did.
Doesn't make any sense. If he's led this crazy resurgence and he's the reason, why
Dude,
would you
he
be
was
jealous?
there.
You're reaping the fucking rewards of him doing it.
I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
it's one of those, oh well, you put a bad taste in my mouth, so fuck you. I got the money to get you out of here.
Right. Very well could be.
Dude, I understand a lot of people's under contract, and you don't want to breach contract and go through all that shit. But I guarantee you, all the ones that were loyal to fucking Scott will not fucking resign. This might have just been that fucking nail in the coffin. And I hate to say it, because I've been with TNA since day fucking one. I've been a fan since day fucking one. As a matter of fact, I can tell you more TNA history than I could ever do with WWE history, because I've been there for damn near all of it except for 2014 to 2016, the dark era, the Impact Wrestling era. Just like if it went for Broken Matt Hardy, I would never came back to fucking TNA, Impact, whatever. But out of everything I've ever seen, this is the most petty, selfish, egotistical decision from one fucking person I've ever seen as far as a business. And we went through the Vince McMahon shit fucking 2 weeks ago, if that. Now, granted, this is not the TNA president shitting on Scott D'Amore's head physically, but it's a big mental shit on Scott D'Amore and everything he's done to rebuild this and make it what it is today. And I'm legitimately upset. Like I want to support the brand and the guys, because we know a few of the guys that work there. But it's the office that's leaving a very bad taste in my mouth. Like, understandably, but at least with The Rock and shit like that, that seems like it's all part of storyline. This is all straight shoot. This is disgusting. I have no other word but disgusting for how you treated a man that gave 20 years of his life, his heart, his soul, his passion to build this company for you to make you money.
Right.
And you basically piss on his grave. What are your thoughts on all this?
I was shocked to hear it. I mean, I know that TNA pretty much, or Impact. Impact
TNA.
Now right, but especially through the Impact era, he grew the company to heights it's not been before. I mean, he's been with the company forever. I don't see why you would do this. I think if I were Tony Khan, I would snap him up to be a producer in a heartbeat.
Dude, if I was Tony Khan, I would put him on the payroll and I would let Scott hold the fucking checkbook and go make an offer they cannot fucking refuse. Just out of spite.
Mm. Yeah.
I'm sorry, dude. Like, now I understand that would probably mean TNA being under the AEW banner, but at this point, I would rather it be under Tony Khan's banner than under Anthem, because I see how they do fucking business now.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying business isn't a cutthroat world, because I know it is. I've had to make a lot of business decisions. You've had to make a lot of business decisions, and a lot of them pissed a lot of people off. But never once have we ever fucked somebody over like that. It's
I'm thinking.
I've nothing. I'm lost, dude. Like the whole conversation was going to be about the whole Scott D'Amore thing, and I figured us building it up with like the biggest moments that we have for TNA, which I still have a whole fucking book full. Like I didn't even get to Raven at King of the Mountain that finalized me wanting to be a fucking wrestler. I didn't get to the Judas Macias debut where I was like, fuck it, I want my character to be like that. It's mind numbing. I'm hoping we can have some more clarification on this over the weekend, so I can at least get a little piece from this. But as of right now, dude,
I mean, they're gonna.
I don't even.
Their programming is gonna be different. I mean, everything about it is gonna be different.
I'm telling you, if it turns into like fucking bullshit 2008 WWE stuff, I'm not gonna watch it. I hate to be that guy, but I cannot deal with another entertainment wrestling show.
No, it's got to be a wrestling show. I mean, they're not. These guys aren't groomed to be actors. Jordan Grace isn't an actress. She's a fucking wrestler.
Exactly.
She comes out, she says what she needs to say, and that's it. They're wrestlers. It's a stupid move, in my opinion.
It's idiotic, dude. And for what? Because Scott tried to make a business deal with you. You said no. Okay, cool. Move on from that. He's part of the fucking company.
Apparently, it was a decent offer, or they wouldn't have taken the time to look at it.
Yeah. I don't know. Either way, I hope Scott, regardless, he's left his mark in fucking pro wrestling for fucking ever with TNA and what he's done.
He ran a great faction too.
Yeah.
That Canadian
Team
faction
Canada.
he ran. Yeah.
Team Canada was one of the great ones. Petey Williams. I mean, that's how Petey Williams got brought in. That's how Bobby Roode got brought in. Eric Young. Who else was in that group? I know A1 was, but nobody gave a fuck about him. There's a couple other minor ones, but like those were the big ones. Petey Williams, Bobby Roode, Eric Young. That's sad, dude. It really is.
Yeah. The end of an era. We'll see where they go. When's their next show? That'll be. They've already done a bunch of TV tapings. I wonder when the next pay-per-view is, when we'll actually see this new situation.
Hold on, I can tell you. Next pay-per-view is February 23rd. No Surrender.
Yeah, I
don't know if I'm gonna watch that.
I would expect that to be the first glimpse of what the new production is going to look like.
What? If they're smart, they won't fuck with anything, and they'll still go off the fucking. They'll just continue what Scott was doing.
Yeah.
Or at least fucking hire his ass back. Like, he doesn't have to be the fucking president. You can still make him the fucking booker and shit. You don't have to have him like 100% in charge. But yeah, I think that's about it for tonight, dude.
Yeah. The other one piece of news that came out of, well, I don't know, we'll talk about a lot of this on Weekend Wrestling, but apparently Sasha Banks, or Mercedes Moné, has signed with AEW. Tony made an announcement last night that there would be a new major episode of Dynamite, kind of like when they did the original Winter is Coming. This one's called Big Business, and everyone speculates that that's going to be her debut show because of her whole CEO thing, Big Business. I think she's going to be the centerpiece of that television show. Money.
Swear to God, I need to find that video and send it back to you. That was such a great video.
Money. All right, so I guess my biggest news of the week in wrestling is Sting and Darby Allin won the AEW tag titles last night.
And
First
then immediately
title.
got the shit kicked out of them.
Yeah, they got. Just see all the blood on the white suits. Darby was bleeding
Dude,
like crazy.
I thought that was just part of the suit. I didn't think that was actually blood until like I went back and watched the actual clip.
Yeah.
Because all I saw was stills of it. Oh, yeah. So I mean, it's pretty much in stone now. It's going to be the Bucks versus Sting and Darby for his last match. There's just no way around it at this point. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to tune in Sunday for Talking Shit. Old Thump Dupree will be back, and I'm sure we'll have another amazing fucking conversation about his time at Home Depot.
Oh, fucking nothing.
Also remember, every Tuesday night you can catch us right here, 8 p.m. All shows are at 8 p.m. unless we say otherwise. For Weekend Wrestling, which we will cover everything from Monday Night Raw back. Don't expect to find anything NXT because fuck that show. And we were just getting fucking started on covering TNA heavy on that show too. But I'll give it a chance. I will give that a chance.
Yeah, that's good.
And one more thing, ladies and gentlemen, the merch.
The merch
is
beautiful.
You can find the link
in the
somewhere around here,
in
the description, wherever. We got the TFK hats, we got TFK shirts, HSP shirts, HSP hats. You got the Dravenisms, you got the Thumpisms. As soon as we might have a Darkism in there. I don't know yet. Lots of shit coming down the pipeline for 2024. Matter of fact, you realize next week will be our 1 year episode.
Yeah.
That's fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, man.
Can't fucking wait for
And
that. 1 year of fucking dealing with your bitch ass and you dealing with my fuck ass.
Yeah.
Wouldn't trade it for the world. Just don't ever go back and listen to the first 5 episodes. Audio fucking horrible. For God's sakes.
Terrible. We got any of our setup and shit. Come on.
Dude, I was working off a fucking phone with no fucking microphone, no speaker, in this big ass loud fucking room.
Yep.
The Elimination Chamber review was just god fucking awful. But I'd like to thank you guys for sticking with us for as long as y'all have been. It means the world to us. We just crossed 500,000 on total downloads. Not stopping anytime soon. We're going above and beyond that. Dark's goal in life is to have better podcasts than Jim Cornette, and we're gonna make it happen.
Fuck Jim. All right. Well, on that note, well, thank you guys for hanging out with us. For Draven Grimes, I'm Dark Cordz. This has been Heel Shit. Why do we call it that? Bad guys do heel shit. See you next time.